Oh, hey!
Hey there.
Oh, that's us.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was just like an old lady in the room.
We're the old lady in the room.
We're the old lady in the room. We're gonna talk to Santa Claus.
Sure. That works. Pretty sure it's Klaus, but sure. And of course that's me trying to figure out,
Where he is?
yeah, the map of this train again. It's been a while.
I mean, it's a train. You can only go
Exactly. Up and
couple
down.
directions, so.
That definitely helps. If anything, we'll have an adventure.
Snowing.
Definitely.
I found this button from your tunic in the American lady's compartment.
Oh, we'll talk to this guy anyway.
I have lost no button, mademoiselle. There must be some mistake.
Then perhaps it was dropped by the man she said was in her room.
There was no one there. The lady must have imagined it.
But I have a button.
I need to ask you some questions about Monsieur Ratchet's death.
But of course, mademoiselle Marceau, I will do anything I can to help.
Nah, this works. We'll just go through this.
Yeah.
When was the body discovered?
The valet of Monsieur Rachet, he tapped several times at the door this morning. There was no answer. Then, half an hour ago, Lucien, the waiter, came. He wanted to know if Monsieur was taking déjeuner. It was
Okay.
11 o'clock, you
That is-
comprehend.
Continue.
I opened the door for him with my pass key. But there is a chain too, and that is fastened. There is no answer, and it is very still in there, and so cold. The window open, I borrow the engineer's
excited.
hammer, and break the chain
So
and go in.
pumped up.
Monsieur Rachet was... it was terrible. The chain was fastened.
bad.
It must have been suicide?
I'm sorry, Michelle. A person does not commit suicide by stabbing himself 12 times.
Unless he's
No.
awesome.
I suppose
Right way
not.
to put it, but
Did anyone call for you last night after we spoke?
Yes, I made
Clearly
up
he's
the
just a
bed of
zombie.
the young American gentleman, Mr. Rachet's secretary.
At what time?
It must have been about a half hour later.
1:45.
About that, yes. The English colonel from number 15 was with him. The colonel went back to his own compartment as I prepared the American gentleman's bed.
Did you see anyone moving about last night after we spoke?
The English colonel returned to his compartment. No one after that.
Did you leave the car at any time last night after Belgrade?
Well, I did go back to talk to Matteo, the attendant in the Athens-Paris car.
right, you're
when
like twins.
was that?
Not long after one.
How long were you gone?
A few minutes only. One of my bells rang. You remember, it was the American lady. She had rung several times.
You know, so
I
annoying.
would like to take your fingerprints.
Those
Of course,
Americans.
mademoiselle.
Whoa, I only need the one.
I was gonna say, and how?
There is nothing more I can tell you.
Yeah.
Handle this?
Mm-hmm. We have like menu cards and ink, I guess.
Wow.
Tell you what, yeah, I'm just gonna.
The door to the Athens-Paris coach is locked.
I better not have to go all the way around to get to Matteo. Why don't they just let me in? Oh yeah, I don't need to be
I
in.
cannot take these towels. They're of too fine a quality to waste on detective work. There must be something else I can use.
I
What
just.
do you use? Leaves?
I remember that. Too fine. So I tell you what, I bet I walked all the way down here just for the baggage coach to be at the front.
Oh, I swear.
I guess we'll see. That guy had a creepy smile on his face. We'll get to him eventually. Freaking creepy face guy.
Creepy face guy. What a catchy name.
Yep, it was there. Oh well. Oh, there you are. You know, making dinner here with the baggage.
I would like to
I was
fingerprint
gonna
you.
say, like,
Ah, fine. Do as you must.
I hope that's the same fingerprint as the other guy. I don't know how much they differentiated. Can I check? Is everything just in my inventory since I carry more stuff than a frickin' pack mule?
Like, how does it all fit?
Wait a minute. Oh, I can't go into the Athens Parents Coach.
Oh my gosh, we have an effing key.
For which door? The doors have do we need more than one key? I completely forget. There it was. It was just in the... Okay, so the images of the actual,
Fingerprints?
yes, are not the ones that I saw being collected.
Oh,
For whatever reason.
weird.
So it always shows me the same fingerprint, I think, on the card. Even though... Okay, so who should we do next?
So, just go to Salon and that's where all the people are. Because you'll
That's
basically talk to them all and get their fingerprints.
What? Inconceivable.
Who would have thunk it?
Okay, you are a human being. I must speak with you. Are you having a nice conversation with
I'm
the chair?
sorry to disturb you. Not at all. As you can see, I'm not exactly occupied at the moment. And I do know you're helping that funny little Belgian detective. What can I do for you?
You're not funny.
May I have your passport, please? It's in my compartment. Feel free to collect it.
I might have already. Sorry.
Your full name, permanent address, and age, please. Mary Hermione Debenham,
Ha!
32.
Hermione.
I'm between permanent addresses at the moment.
Okay, pick one. Oh, come on! Do you live under a box somewhere?
What can you tell me of the murder last night?
Someone
I'm afraid I
died.
have nothing to tell you. I went to bed and slept.
Boring.
You seem
Missed
very
out.
at ease. Are you not distressed by what has happened? Distressed? I have not really thought about it from that point of view. No, I cannot say that I am at all distressed. After all, people die every day.
Oh, no biggie.
They die, yes, but murder is thankfully a little more rare.
Like medium rare. Why does your mouth open only in one way? Oh
Were
well.
you acquainted with Monsieur Ratchet? I saw him for the first time at dinner last night. Oh, I suppose at the station, perhaps. I don't recall. How did he strike you? I
With a
hardly
hammer?
noticed him.
Oh.
I know.
Did not strike you as an evil personality? Really, I cannot say I thought about it. Whether or not I liked Mr. Ratchet's face does not seem to be helpful in finding out who killed him.
Oh, but we like things.
I'd like to take your fingerprints. How very enterprising of you. How do we proceed?
What?
I have some typewriter ribbon.
That's what it was.
Splendid. This is all rather exciting.
Oh, and so you're excited about the fingerprint part? Yeah, it is the
This is
same.
the best part.
Oh,
Do you
gosh.
know who Monsieur Ratchet really was?
A
Haven't
woman.
a clue.
What?
Who was he? Cassetti, the man behind the Armstrong kidnapping. That was quite abominable.
Oh, okay. More questions.
Where did you begin your journey?
Home.
Baghdad.
No.
What
Oh,
were you doing
wow.
there? I have been acting as governess
Recruited
to
to
two
ISIS.
children. What is your final destination?
Baghdad.
London. I'm giving up on Baghdad. Not much happens there. I'm hoping to find a suitable post in London. What can you tell me about Mademoiselle Schmidt? She's a nearly perfect traveling companion. Quiet, polite, thinks the world of her princess. What is the color of her dressing gown? Her dressing gown.
A
It's
color?
dark blue. Flannel.
Are we checking?
Yes, we are. Can I borrow it?
Did Mademoiselle Schmidt leave your compartment at any time during the night? She was with the princess, reading, I believe, until quite late. I awoke when she returned. I remember thinking she was not paid enough for such long hours and checked my watch. It was 12:38. How well do you know Colonel Arbuthnot? That's a very impertinent question. And I'll not answer it. Thank you, Mademoiselle Debenham.
So,
That was just the last one, but what was that?
No.
Him? That was a very question. It's a random wrong word I added. No thanks.
Talk to the lady.
Oh, gosh, that's specific.
Countess, May I ask you some questions regarding the death of Monsieur Ratchet? I'm not sure what I can do to help,
Actually, she'll
but
help.
I'll try.
How hard will you try?
Have you been to America?
No, mademoiselle. My husband was posted there. Diplomatic duties. But we were not married then.
Okay, that didn't help. Great.
What is the color of your dressing gown?
Why do you ask me that?
Detectives have to ask all sorts of questions.
Your
Forgive
shoe
me.
size.
It is yellow. Corn-colored chiffon. Are you really a detective, mademoiselle? I was told you worked for the railway.
Well, I'm
Part-time.
assisting a detective. That's what I meant.
Is he a Yugoslavian detective?
I think he would tell you he belongs to the world, madame.
What? Do detectives come from Yugoslavia now?
Yeah.
May I take your fingerprints?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Easy.
Yeah. That's not weird at all.
Yeah.
When did you fall asleep last night?
Soon after 1 o'clock, I believe.
Did you hear or see anything unusual last evening?
After the train stopped?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
You didn't hear Mrs. Hubbard ringing her bell and calling out at around 1:15?
No, it would be very unlikely if I did. I'm sorry.
Good day to you, Madame la Comtesse.
Big long
Count
title.
Andrigny, I am acting on behalf of Monsieur Hercule Poirot in this matter. May I speak with you?
I quite understand your position. I will do anything I can to assist you.
Oh. I'm glad people are so agreeable. But then again, why wouldn't you be, since we're stuck on a train and
That's
then you
true.
become the prime
May
suspect?
I
They
have
really
your
have
passport,
choice.
please?
Yes, certainly.
Oh.
Rudolph Joseph Andrigny, aged 34. A diplomatic passport.
Perfect.
Yes, I am in the Hungarian consular service.
Wife, Elena Maria Andrigny. Age 20?
Yes, we have only been married a year.
Aged 20, thank you.
That, I mean, 14-year gap.
Yeah.
You love each other. 19 isn't weird.
Are you aware of the identity of the deceased, monsieur?
If you
made
want
it.
to know his name, surely it is in his passport.
The name on his passport is Ratchet. That is not his real name. He is in fact Cassetti,
Why is she talking
who
to
was
the window?
responsible for the kidnapping and death of a child in America.
Ah, that certainly should throw light upon the matter.
That's so neat.
Have you been to America, Monsieur Lecomte?
Yes, I was in Washington for a year. Extraordinary country.
At least that one
Did you
city.
know the Armstrong family?
The kidnapped victims.
Yes.
Armstrong.
Wasn't he on
It
the
is difficult
moon?
to recall.
No.
So many diplomatic
That's way
functions.
too late.
So many hands to shake. I cannot recall. I'm sorry.
Wasn't he that jazz fellow? No, still
Can
too
you
late.
tell me how you spent the evening after dinner last night?
We had my wife's compartment
And
made
after
up while
dinner.
we were at dinner. On returning, we sat up in mine playing croquet. At about
That's what I
11
call
o'clock,
sex.
my wife retired for the night. The attendant made up my compartment, and I also went to bed.
I'd like to take your fingerprints.
Whatever you need to do, I would be happy to cooperate.
Can I also have your jacket? It's really nice. Okay.
Thanks.
The sudden stop of the train awakened you.
Naturally. I learned from the attendant of the avalanche, then went into my wife and comforted her.
You went into your wife. That's a weird way to phrase it,
When
but
did
okay.
you return to your own compartment?
Well, I didn't, actually. That is to say, I did not like to leave my wife alone after the shock. We passed the remainder of the night
Aha! Aha!
Other than the train stopping, did you notice anything unusual?
together. No, I don't think so. I dropped off to sleep sometime before 2 a.m. and slept through until this morning.
You didn't hear the commotion in the compartment next to yours? The American lady who occupies it had quite an attack of hysterics and rang repeatedly for the attendant.
When was this?
At approximately 1:15,
I don't hear
No,
bells.
I'm afraid I didn't notice.
do you smoke, Monsieur Lecomte?
The occasional cigar only. They are always offered to me, you understand, but I do not much like them.
That will do for now, Count Endraigny.
Indraney.
The
Okay.
bartender.
I suppose it was definitely him.
It's always the bartender.
Do you have any free mints or something?
Freaking empty bowl.
I know. That.
You did not expect to see me again so soon, did you?
No.
Yeah. Alcoholic.
Yeah. That's how I was thinking.
What can you tell me of your movements after dinner?
I came in here to attend to the bar after everyone went to their rooms. I cleaned the salon car and went to the Athens Paris coach to rest.
What time was that?
I closed the bar at midnight, so it would be a few minutes after that.
Did you see or hear anything unusual last night?
No, mademoiselle. The Athens Paris coach was very quiet. And of course, the door leading to the Calais coach is locked. One can pass through only if Pierre Michel or Matteo opens it for him.
What do you know of Klaus, the chef?
An artiste de la cuisine, and just as temperamental as a painter. Vous comprenez? No one is allowed to enter his kitchen.
His menu seems to overemphasize meat dishes.
It is true that. They call him Le Boucher, but not to his face, of course.
Whatever that is in
The
French.
butcher.
Oh, okay,
It
thank you.
suits him.
I'm like, I think it's kind of obvious.
I never know. Maybe he's the zebra or something. Yeah, just
I would like to take your fingerprints.
I see. Very well then.
like fine. I don't.
Klaus seems even more temperamental than usual today.
That usually.
I fear an approaching catastrophe, mademoiselle.
Worse than avalanches and murder.
Certainement.
Gonna get angry at
Special
me.
dinner menus, as you no doubt know, are printed in advance of our departure in Istanbul. Here is tonight's menu.
Just
As you
says
can see,
water
tonight is
soup.
to serve Wiener Schnitzel and Eldafe salad, native dishes of Austria, in honor of the Count and Countess Andreni.
Veal and potatoes. Why does this not surprise me?
But so many have asked for the salads, almost in defiance of Chef Klaus, and the porters have failed to put aboard enough vinegar and olive oil for the Eldafe salad. Klaus is in a rage. The embarrassment will be too much for him.
What do you know of Klaus's movements last night?
As usual, he stayed in his precious kitchen, preparing his pastries and sauces for the next day's meals. He passed through the salon car a few minutes before midnight in a rage because one of the steak knives is missing. Passengers will take anything as a souvenir if it is not bolted down.
That sounds about right.
Things that have gone missing on this trip would astound you.
But perhaps they were not all
Someone
taken
took a
as
whole car.
souvenirs. Perhaps some person, in order to do good, borrowed them.
Mademoiselle, forgive me, but I do not understand what you are talking about.
Well, then
Let
you
it
won't want to look
pass.
in this giant
What
bag
did
I
Yeah,
carry
it's all
around.
fine.
after he
me.
entered the salon car?
Nothing. We went together to the Athens Paris coach.
Do you know Monsieur Ratchet was killed with a knife?
I was
have
using
heard
mind
this
rays.
news, But why? You think Klaus may have stabbed him?
A chef that temperamental? If someone was to criticize his masterpieces?
Mais no,
It's like Gordon
mademoiselle.
Ramsay on meth.
C'est très absurd. Klaus would not stab anyone. Not with a knife. He would hack them into little medallions
with a
with his
knife.
cleaver.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Thanks and stuff.
Okay, now it is the...
Crazy face guy. Do you see him? Do you see his wacko smile
Oh?
staring into the hallway?
My goodness.
If that's not the face of a
Oh,
murderer.
wait. Go back to the bar real quick.
Oh!
We need to take... Yeah, after we just mentioned that, is there like an ice bucket?
I'm taking the bowl.
And the punch bowl, yes.
What if I...
Ice bucket.
I know, well, I don't know why I can come back here, but... trying to... I wonder if I have the ice bucket, actually. By accident. Let me see. It's hard to find, right?
Yeah. Or there's an ice bucket.
I do have the ice bucket.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Now we can talk to him.
I know, I just kind of took that right in front of his face, and he's just...
Yeah, exactly after he complains. Oh.
Well, that wasn't a smile, that was just, I think, your creepy mustache. But are you playing solitaire without using your hands? Because I don't think that's a good way to do
He's
it.
trying to levitate.
I'm thinking of my next move.
Eventually. This is very hard.
Do I pick a card?
Monsieur Foscarelli.
Ah, Signorina! I have been told you aid the great Hercule Poirot in his investigations. I will help you in any way I can.
May I have your passport, please?
Of course, of course! Here you are!
I don't know why people are so eager to give people their passports.
I know.
You
I'd be like, no.
That is... Life was easier.
You are Antonio
Yeah, exactly.
Foscarelli. I see here you are a naturalized American citizen.
Yes, Signorina. It is better for my business. I am, as you can see, a salesman of motor cars.
I don't know
do
how I
big
would see that,
I am
but...
up to date. I understand salesmanship.
What do you smoke? A pipe, cigarettes, cigars?
All you but.
Cigarettes only.
No. I just take grass from my lawn and put it in, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just chew it. That's smoking, right?
I would like to take your fingerprints.
Of course, of course. Anything to help.
Thank you.
Good, more questions.
You travel frequently to and from the United States?
Yes, for the past 10 years or so.
Did you ever come across Monsieur Ratchet?
Never, but I know the type. Oh, yes. It is very respectable, very well dressed, but underneath it is all wrong. I should say he was a big crook. I give you my opinion for what it is worth.
Your opinion is
I
quite
was gonna
right.
say,
Monsieur
like, it's almost
Ratchet
as if you
was
knew.
Cassetti, the kidnapper.
What did I tell you? I have learned to read the face. It is necessary. Only in America do they teach you the proper way to sell.
You blackmail people into doing it.
Please tell me your movements last night after dinner.
With
Moved
pleasure.
all over.
I stay here in the salon car for a while. It is more amusing. I play cards with the American gentleman who sells the typewriter ribbons. We talk shop. Afterwards, we retire to my compartment and play the cards some more. And talk more shop.
Then more cards.
That one, though, he is not the
shop.
salesman Foscarelli is, I can tell you.
What a
Do you
loser.
remember the Armstrong case?
I do not quite remember, but yes. The name, it was a little girl, was it not? A baby, una bambina.
Yes.
Boobity
Ah,
boppity.
well, these things, they happen, even in a great country like America.
You'd be
Have you ever
surprised.
come across any members of the Armstrong family?
It is difficult to say. I see so many people, you understand. I'll give you some figures. Last year alone, I sold,
Please, monsieur, confine yourself to the point.
with a great pleasure.
Oh,
What
keep
time
going.
did you go to your compartment?
Oh, it was early, 8:30 or so.
What time did you stop playing cards in your room?
Not yet 10 o'clock. That stuffed shirt of a valet who shares the compartment with me came back from attending his master. A miserable people, the English. Not sympathetic. He sits in the corner,
Ooh,
very
them.
stiff, reading a book. Mr. Hardman and I, we lose our taste for the cards, and Mr. Hardman, he goes off to his own room. The attendant makes up our beds.
What time did you go to bed?
I lay on my bunk for a while. The Englishman has, I think, the toothache. He gets out a little bottle of stuff that smells very strong. He moans and groans. I drop off around 10:30. Whenever I wake, I hear him groaning.
What a fun guy.
Do you know if Monsieur Masterman left the room at all during the night?
I do not think so. If the door opens, the light from the corridor, one wakes up automatically thinking it is the customs examination at some frontier.
Did Monsieur Masterman ever speak of his master?
I tell you, he did not speak,
it's the
even to
man.
introduce himself. He was not as sympathetic, a fish.
Thank you, Monsieur Foscarelli.
Okay. Now, we are going to go to the coach with all the cabins in it.
Yeah, there are a lot of those, but this one works.
Cabin 1.
Oh gosh, are the people in here actually?
One guy.
Not that I can tell. Boom! Barging in. Oh wow, why are you just
Wow.
standing there?
He's just standing there.
Okay, how about we come back to him next time?
Okay.
Bye.